A Rich Life production.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Here we go! This is another edition of Jofo in the Ring. Yes, I am back, baby! Frank Jofo back in studio with Kyle Morin. What's going on, Kyle?
Welcome back, sir. Nice to see you fresh off the boat.
It's great to be back. It's a little weird not being on the boat doing the podcast, but I'm really excited about this week. Back in studio, Rich Life Studio Productions here.
You got your footing?
I got it all.
You got your footing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready to go. This week we're going to be talking about most anticipated thing. Everyone talks about it. It's just your opinion, obviously, but the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. And here we go.
Give us one more just because we haven't heard it in a while.
Here we go.
And there you have it, folks. There you have it. He just blew out his larynx, but he did it for you guys, the fans.
It's great to be back. It's great to be back. So Mount Rushmore of wrestling. A lot of people have talked about this over the years. Nothing's right. Nothing's wrong. Like I said, everyone has their opinion on it.
Wow. It's the fucking show.
It's the show. Exactly.
It's
It's the
our opinion.
show. Basically, honestly, I have my four. You have your four. Before we start, I just got to say, nice T-shirt, man.
Oh, this whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I got it on a website. I don't know if you know about it. It's called Jofo.tv.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you've heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay.
I've heard of it.
So, yeah, you're subscribed to it using the promo code Kyle Jofo.
Jofo, yeah.
Thank you, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, got it, ordered it online, and
Here we are. And here we go.
here we go. Here we go.
So let's get into the action right now with I'm going to go first. Obviously, there's no right or wrong answers, like I said, but I'm going to go with my first one.
Unless Lana's on there.
Is
and
is Hulk Hogan, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
What if you're doing a Mount Rushmore, you can't not have Hulk Hogan on there.
Of course.
That big mustache chiseled in stone.
WrestleMania
Fuck.
1, WrestleMania 2, WrestleMania 3. The list
4,
goes on.
5, 6.
The list goes on.
7.
If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, like him or not, there wouldn't be professional wrestling today. It just comes down to that.
He needs to be on there.
He has to be on there. Okay, whatever. He's done some stupid things over the years. To maybe, he got off the Hall of Fame because of all this stuff that happened in his personal life, but whatever.
Listen,
we're not here to talk about that.
And what do we learn from that? Don't say the N-word when you're making a sex tape with your buddy's wife.
There you go.
Very
Just
important.
Make sure nobody's filming.
For all you kids at home out there, if you want to say the N-word, make sure the camera's not on. Don't say it at all.
Just make sure nobody's filming.
Yeah, and don't make a sex tape with your best friend's wife.
That's another thing, too. But
Cuck bastard.
Going on now with, honestly, because wrestling, it's about professional wrestling. It's not about personal things that happen in his life. Professional wrestling, Hulk Hogan could possibly be the GOAT.
One of the GOATs.
One of the GOATs. It's going to be one of our four. But
Can I tell you a secret?
Of course.
He's on mine too.
He's on yours too?
He's on mine too.
Of course he has to be on there.
He's fucking Hulk Hogan.
It's Hulk Hogan. Maybe he had honestly, a leg drop and the
boot?
And the boot probably wouldn't work today. It's probably just a
The
regular,
3 punches?
Yeah. It's just a regular finishing move, but
He was John Cena before he was John Cena. Those were the 3 moves of doom. Punches, whip you into the ropes, hit you with the boot, drop the leg. Next thing you know, he's in the locker room shining his belt.
Hulk Hogan faced John Cena?
No.
No. That would have been but in the time. I guess he fought Hulk Hogan fought Triple H in like our time, let's say.
Yeah.
But back in the day, he fought Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Which was the culmination of everything that happened in professional wrestling. WrestleMania, was it WrestleMania 3?
WrestleMania 3, yeah.
WrestleMania 3, yeah.
Yeah, and again at 4.
And at 4.
Oh, look at that. It felt. And that's what happens when you're live, folks. Anything can happen.
Mick Foley, of course, of all guys.
Mick Foley, yeah.
Hardcore.
Always selling, eh, Mick? Always selling. I met Hulk Hogan.
Yes, I remember the story.
I met him at
you said,
Comic-Con.
yeah.
Only time I've ever been starstruck. I was hyperventilating.
And you know what? He was a good guy.
Nice guy. I looked at him and I was like, I managed to say, "Can you give me the what you gonna do, brother?" And he was just like, "Oh, I don't usually do that. What you gonna do, brother?" And I almost had a fucking panic attack.
No kidding.
I had to go in the back.
kidding.
My girlfriend, I had a girlfriend at the time. She was like rubbing making sure I'm okay. I was like I shook his hand and my hand disappeared.
He must
And I
be
have pretty decent sized
He's what,
hands.
6'6", 6'7"?
He was 6'10" at one point, but then after all those legs drops, he had a bunch of back surgery. So now I think he's like 6'5", and I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah, I saw that he's back in the hospital for I think it's his back or something. But get well soon, Hulk.
Well, he said looking back, because he had the 24-inch pythons, he should have had this. He should have done the sleeper hold, because guys would have just instead he fucking dropping legs for 45 years.
Honestly, there was no flash and dance with his wrestling. It was more or less one dimensional. You knew what you were getting with Hulk Hogan. It was more of the guy could get you off your chair at an event, even at home when you were watching him, and be excited about.
Wow, look at what is it, WrestleMania? I believe it was 22 when he came back and saved Eugene from Muhammad Hassan.
Oh my God!
Who didn't go nuts when he came out?
No kidding. The surprise factor,
I went
first
nuts.
of all.
I was at the fucking Brasserie des Rapides watching it, and I fucking almost spilled my hamburger steak everywhere.
He
The
was
real
classic.
American kicks
Or
in, and your blood just gets pumping.
You probably know which WrestleMania this is. The one that was in Caesar's Palace.
9.
When he came back and helped Bret Hart when Bret Hart lost to Yokozuna.
Yeah.
When he got the sand in the face there. And exactly.
Yeah.
But
Helped.
He helped. Yeah, exactly. But then Mr. Fuji put the title on the line against Hulk Hogan. And then Hulk Hogan obviously took the fight and won, and then WrestleMania was all good again. You know,
He didn't even take off his fucking headband or his shirt for that. Like,
unbelievable. Those
you're-
boots there, those cowboy boots he used to wear. Fuck.
what fucking take your
Unbelievable,
shirt off. You're wrestling, you son of a bitch.
You think that was like something like they said, okay, you know what? I don't think this is the right finish. Hulk, where's Hulk Hogan? Get him out there. Like just like on the spot, kind of like.
Apparently, the story is that he threw his weight around and he wanted the belt because apparently he knew he was leaving.
Was he injured?
No.
Okay.
He came back after a while because remember the big steroid scandal.
Yes.
So after that, he came back. Remember, he was like super thin and
Yeah.
skinny. So he won. I think he threw his weight around in WrestleMania, won the belt, but then realized he was just going to leave and go do movies.
Okay.
Because
Okay, that
great
was,
choice, Hulk. Your
that was
career
it,
really
yeah,
took off.
that was before. Yeah, that's when he left the WC. Well, he left for the movies.
No,
then
he left for movies, and then
went to WCW.
So he had to drop the title to Yoko at King of the Ring. Remember the shady cameraman?
Well, then you have
the camera
Yokozuna
exploded.
beat Hulk Hogan after, but
Yeah, beat him with a leg drop, I think.
At
too.
that time, beating Hulk Hogan was a big deal because he was the guy.
He was Hulk Hogan.
Exactly. So, like, going on to my next guy is none other than the People's Champ, The Rock,
Another guy who beat Hogan.
which was that match there at WrestleMania in Toronto was, to me, it was more or less like a passing of the torch.
Yeah.
Saying that Hulk Hogan, you are the man. Now that I'm facing The Rock, here it is for you, Rock. And even with the promo in Montreal, if you remember, the way everything like came together, the way everything came together. What is that?
Our producer just handed us. This is a copy of Suburban Commando.
Oh my God!
Starring Hulk Hogan and Shelley Long and fucking Christopher Lloyd.
What year was that?
This is 93, I think,
Oh
or 92.
my God!
You know who's in this movie? The Undertaker.
Get out of here!
The Undertaker's in this. You got a young Mark Calloway just
Really?
show as a alien bounty hunter.
Is it?
I remember this.
A WWF Productions or just they just had WWF wrestlers
no,
in
just
there?
a regular.
That's crazy. Suburban Commando.
Can you imagine what the selling point of this piece of shit was back? All right, let me tell you something, brother. I got a fucking good idea for a
The
movie.
guy was marketable like crazy. Just like I said, The Rock was another guy, and The Rock took what Hogan did and did it 10 times over. Like,
Oh yeah.
biggest movie star in the world. Yes.
He's had his fair share of pieces of shit movies too.
But
The
you have
fucking
to have pieces
Tooth
of
Fairy?
shit movies to have good ones, right?
Yeah, but Hogan never had any good movies, so
Well, there
The
you
Rock
go.
just basically
you
unless Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain was your favorite.
I was a Three Ninjas fan too.
Oh, I loved it too, but that one with Hogan in it, get the fuck out of here.
And stay out.
Get the fuck
But
out of here.
The Rock,
The Rock, yeah.
the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. He had the line, he had the lingo, he had the mic skills. Wrestling, okay. And that time you didn't have to be a good wrestler back then to be.
You needed to have cardio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because they wrestled 15, 20, 25-minute matches, right? But they weren't going like springboarding off the top rope and doing flips and stuff. But he entertained. He was a good wrestler for what it was. And
well, even when he came back, he was good in the ring still.
He was still good in the ring. And he's in monster shape.
Arm drag city when he came back, though. Apparently doing a really nice arm drag means you can still wrestle, but...
You think the people's elbow was like a laugh to Hulk Hogan's finishing move kind of thing?
Supposedly that was a rib to get, as a joke, to make the Undertaker, I think, laugh. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong,
I heard that.
Bitch at me in the comments. I don't care.
I did hear about that in Last Ride. Or no, was it Last Ride or just like maybe something on the side or something? Cause
yeah, I think it was I'm pretty sure it was for the Undertaker. I could be wrong. I do drink a lot. So
there was a lot of times where they said that they tried to make Undertaker laugh a lot. And I think that was one of honestly, that makes me laugh just thinking about a people's elbow because... what the fuck?
It's the most ridiculous fucking move ever, and it became a finishing move.
He beat CM Punk with that finisher. I can't believe it. I still can't. I'm still bitter about that. How many days? I think he was 360 something odd days. He was champion, and he unbelievable.
And he ended the reign of Punk.
That's for another day. But yeah, The Rock. Honestly, he fought everybody. At that time, he fought John Cena, and he fought Triple H. He fought Randy Orton. He fought Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels.
I don't think he fought. No, he never fought Randy. He fought Randy Orton once.
WrestleMania
20. It was him and Mankind him and Mick Foley against Evolution without Triple H, pretty much, because Triple H was in the main event with HBK and nobody else.
But The Rock would The Rock would made you want to watch Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. And obviously SmackDown was invented.
It was his show.
It was his show.
It was his fucking show.
It was his one-liner. Yeah. Layeth the SmackDown. And okay, let's make a show of that.
Yeah, exactly.
And
he lost the belt on the very first episode.
Really?
Yeah, he lost to Triple H.
Oh, there you go. That's something if you didn't know, then there you go. But
if you didn't know, your ass better call somebody.
Those guys are not on the Mount Rushmore, but like I said, The Rock, honestly, that's a gimme on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
The next guy on my Mount Rushmore of wrestling is a guy that The Rock knows very well. My favorite wrestler of all time.
Ooh.
The inspiration for my haircut, the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
When you hear that glass break, honestly, I get goosebumps just thinking about it, man.
Jesus Christ.
Just get goosebumps. Like on that other episode we talked about when he saved WWF and that glass breaks and he comes out, Jim Ross is on the commentary, and just like that.
Stone Cold.
Man, God. Like,
nobody sold a Stone Cold match better than JR.
You cannot get better than that. And Stone Cold, and that's another guy. He wasn't the best wrestler out there.
He was, and then he hurt his neck. He had to change his style. Because before that, if you go back and you watch his matches with like Ricky Steamboat in WCW for the U.S. title, when he was stunning Steve Austin,
when he had hair,
and he was the Dragon Slayer, fantastic matches. But he said after he hurt his neck, he had to change to a more brawler style just so he could keep going. And hey,
and you know what? That was probably the best decision he ever made in his life.
Yeah, because look at that match he had with Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13. That was before he hurt his neck.
That was that an I Quit match?
It was an I Quit,
and he didn't quit because he passed out. Ken Shamrock was the special guest. Yes, that's a crazy match too, man.
Great match.
That's so many great matches, and you know what? Like that's why like I love Stone Cold, but I always portray him as like I don't know, maybe because I see more high flying now that I compare it to the back in the day, like the good wrestlers and stuff, but. He was a good wrestler. It's true. You're absolutely right.
Great wrestler.
Absolutely right. And he could draw you into those storylines, and he could draw you in onto TV and everything, pay-per-views. You're going to watch it because Stone Cold is on the card. Stone Cold is the champion.
And if you like good wrestling and you're not just in it for like the whole
and the entertainment
pomp
factor,
and circumstance, go watch it. Go, as I mentioned in the managers episode we talked about, Steve Austin was part of Paul Heyman's Dangerous Alliance, which was a fucking stacked.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. That was in
ECW?
WCW. We had Steve Austin, Rick Rude, Medusa, a fucking who's who of Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard.
Wow.
All these people in a fucking alliance. So if you want good wrestling, go back and watch old Stone Cold matches.
Wow.
And then watch his newer shit. And it just.
Did he have, he didn't have, when did he come up with the Stone Cold Stunner? That was in WWF times, right?
Yeah, that was.
Because I remember when he came in as
the ringmaster.
The ringmaster with the $1 Million Man. He had like a
he was using the $1 Million Dream.
The $1 Million Dream.
Yeah, and then he switched to the Stunner.
So then after that, because then it's the whole culmination of him being who he is today is that scene after he wins King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Austin 316 just said, I just whooped your ass. I was like, whoa, who the hell is this guy? And then the next night, T-shirts, Austin 316 T-shirts, sold out. Any T-shirt this guy made, sold out.
Hey, I just got an Austin 316
saying,
shirt.
so there you go.
It took me fucking 20 years to get one, but god damn it, I got one now. Yes, I'm a 33-year-old man.
Make sure you hang dry that. Hey, don't
I got
put
a
it in the
clothesline.
dryer.
I got a clothesline.
Ruin that.
I had all my Jofo and wrestling T-shirts up. My neighbors, they fucking
showed me the
so
picture.
much sex they must think I have. So much sex.
Oh man, another wrestler that's opposite of it's not one of Kyle's picks. I got the Nature Boy. Woo!
He's on mine too.
He's on yours too. Well, there you go.
Woo!
The Ric Flair. This guy, honestly, we weren't around when he started. This was the early '80s, let's say, right?
Yeah.
NWA.
Before he hurt his back, did you see those pictures before he hurt himself?
This guy had like
he was fucking.
He had like hair
thick
people
Flair.
would like dream of. Like, did you ever see his hair? Like that blonde hair, like just like.
Yeah.
My God.
Dream of it all the time.
No offense. No offense. No, but that's
Those that can dream of, yeah.
You
It's
shave your head because you want to shave your head. It's not because.
Well, yeah, just because I don't want I don't want long flowing gold locks. That's why. I'm good with the.
So Ric Flair, and you know what? One match that comes up to mind is the career-ending match with Shawn Michaels, and then you see it, and then you give him that, and then after that you make him do the retirement ceremony, like they did on Monday Night Raw. Remember?
Yeah.
That whole thing with that, and then after that, okay, I'm just gonna go to TNA now.
Yeah, it's exactly.
It's a little thing I didn't like about Ric Flair, but as a wrestler, as a sports entertainer.
He's addicted to wrestling, though.
The guy loves wrestling. He's still in the wrestling ring today. Maybe not wrestling, and if he could, he'd probably wrestle a match. That's how insane this guy is.
That farewell goodbye was basically an intervention for him, and then he went and got his fix in TNA.
Yeah, the guy liked to party. There's no question about that. But when it came down to wrestling, man, he could wrestle with the best of them.
Promos.
Yeah.
Hit
Promos.
another guy with great matches against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
There's another one, exactly. Part of the Four Horsemen.
Oh, God. If you go back and you watch those old Horseman promos, fantastic.
Yeah.
Those
when he won
some of the best promos ever.
I remember when he won the WWF title, when he won the Royal Rumble in 92, right?
Yeah.
And that promo with
came out at number 3.
He had Mr. Perfect, Bobby the Brain Heenan in the back there, and he's with a tear in my eye. And honestly, I'm like, wow, man.
How much cocaine was he on?
But the guy is a trooper. He's a guy like you would want in your army to go fight the enemy. You know, like
and that's why he's on our Mount Rushmore.
Honestly, man, like I couldn't think of anybody else. And honestly, like he never was a kind of guy like let's say like Jericho. Jericho was a guy that revolutionized himself throughout the years, right? Ric Flair was Ric Flair.
He was the Nature Boy. That's because he lived that character.
That's what I'm saying. He lived and breathed that character. Like
he wore like all those suits. Those weren't just like, oh, I'm going to the office. Got to put my. He woke up.
Yeah.
Put it on your 19 rings.
Jet
your
flying,
fucking
limousine
kiss
riding.
stealing, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. Woo! I'm having a hard time holding these gators down. Oh, man.
So
and
that
the cultural influence he had, too. He's
course.
fucking everywhere. Have you heard that song, Drip? I forget who it's by.
I've heard
I think
of
it's
it,
Offset.
but I don't listen to like rap music and stuff. So I'm like, but yeah, okay.
Another guy on my.
So that's 3. So we're 3 for 3.
We're 3 for 3.
Okay, so
this next guy actually fought Ric Flair at WrestleMania and beat him. This man just retired. The dead man, The Undertaker.
When you hear that gong,
To this
still
day.
gives me goosebumps, and honestly, man, it still scares me to this day.
And all you people out there who say, "Oh, he's gonna ruin his legs," they fuck off.
Yeah.
He's the Undertaker. You have some fucking respect
He can
for
do
him.
whatever he wants.
He can do at this point in his career. If he wants to go out and chokeslam people once a week on Raw and that's it, I'm fine with it.
Because you know what? In the end, I think honestly, deep down, he was doing it. He wasn't doing it for himself. He was doing it more for the fans to say, "Hey, okay, this is my last match. This is what it is." Because ego could come into play too. because it's like you want to go out on a good note, right?
Regardless, even if he wants to go on a good note, even if it ruins everything, the man lived that character.
Exactly.
He didn't do interviews.
Yeah.
He dressed like a zombie for 20 years and didn't go outside and didn't do interviews. He wore black everywhere he went. If he wants to ruin his career, he can do that because he did all of that
Injuries
to protect the business. For little schmucks on the internet now are saying wrestling's fake. And back then, if you talked to him, you weren't talking to Mark Calloway. You were talking to The Undertaker.
Yeah. And he, honestly, like you said, he lived and breathed that character. And when everybody went to WCW, he stayed.
Stayed put.
He stayed put. He was loyal, like the documentary said.
Yep. That's a guy. That's a soldier you want.
That's a soldier, exactly. And then as I said, Ric Flair was a soldier. That's like the complete opposite of a soldier because the guy bounced back and forth to different organizations, or like he was changing his underwears. Fuck.
Well, I'm sure. The reason Ric Flair left WCW the first time because they wanted to shave his head and dress him up like a fucking gladiator.
How many times did he get divorced? You always said, I got divorced, I needed the money, So, okay, I understand. There's one side of the professional wrestling, too. Like, you got to love it. Plus, the money is obviously good at that time.
Limousines and jets aren't cheap.
Yeah, I could imagine. The guy was going out every night, women all around, this and that, and I'm sure you had to pay for everybody else because he was making the most out of everybody. But then a divorce comes, you're paying 3-4 alimonies, child support.
Taker, he bought a motorcycle and a hearse. That's all he needed.
That's it.
That's all he needed. That covered 2 characters, and he could get around.
Undertaker. Do you think Undertaker should have lost against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? That streak, the streak was what it was keeping people there.
It was, and that. If his last match would have been CM Punk, I would have been happy with it because that was a great match.
Yeah.
If he would have lost, I wish it wouldn't have been to Brock.
Well, supposedly the last match was supposed to be against Roman Reigns, right? Because he put the hat down and this and that. Then
but it didn't matter because if they wanted to have Roman Reigns beat him for the streak and end it, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because he's not a part-timer.
Yeah.
He's there every week.
Exactly.
He doesn't hold any titles hostage. Yeah. He's a full main roster, full-time performer. That's okay.
Yeah.
And because Roman Reigns is fucking huge now, it would have made sense.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, he's here for what, 4 pay-per-views a year?
At that time, that's what it was, right? But
and
he was there. Okay, he wasn't as part-time as he is now because he was there more than he was before. Yeah. At that time with The Undertaker. Like, he was on TV more than he was.
For the build-up, yeah.
Yes.
For the build-up.
But now it's like, okay, like, what was that all? Did that make any sense now? Because if you think about it now, it's like, it's got to make sense now too, right? But then it's like, did we just waste that? Or like
They did, because what really happened after that? Like, he lost to Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Brock Lesnar went and he destroyed John Cena with the 47 suplexes at SummerSlam. Right. He did a bunch of crap matches after that, and like nothing really of note. But apparently there was a rumor back in the day that Ted DiBiase Jr. was supposed to be the guy to do it, to beat him.
What?
Yeah. Because DiBiase brought him in. He was the guy who introduced him for the first time.
The guy that was with what was that?
Legacy.
The Legacy, Rhodes Legacy or Rhodes Scholar?
No, Legacy.
Wasn't he with...
And it was Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase, and Cody Rhodes.
And Cody Rhodes, yeah.
And another Samoan, but he got kicked out afterwards. But yeah, I read a rumor that it was supposed to be him to do it first.
Wow.
I know he asked Kurt Angle to do it. Angle said no, and I remember they were talking about having Orton do it back at Mania 21.
So you think they were asking people, like, do you want to be the Undertaker? No. Do you want to be that guy? Like,
well, Undertaker wanted Angle to do it.
I think that would have made sense.
That would have made
perfect sense. Honestly, I always say that CM Punk, if you still had the streak, if you didn't lose to The Rock, had the title walking into WrestleMania against The Undertaker in that match, it would have been streak versus streak. Honestly, that's a main event like no other. But they had to give it to The Rock because he was facing John Cena, and then they didn't like how that first match went, so they did it again the year after. So basically, it's like that's the reason why CM Punk left, and I don't condone that from him. It totally makes fucking sense why he left. But
well, that and the
what do you want to do?
Stupidity of him being injured, and they're making him wrestle and all that shit. And
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
and then my fourth guy, I went with John Cena. I'm a John Cena fan.
John Cena?
I'm a John Cena fan. Like, I honestly, like, I didn't like him at the beginning, like everybody else, but he got my respect. You know, like
Yeah. I'm just looking for that picture.
not
because
because of his stuff that he does outside of the ring, because he does a lot outside the ring, but a lot of people say that he used to bury a lot of people. Okay. You know what? It's not like he always used to say. He's not the guy that's writing the scripts down. He's not doing the storyline. So people would get pissed off. It's like the same thing that's happened to Roman Reigns.
He did bury a few people, though.
Okay, but wow. You think he went into the office like Hulk Hogan style and said like, "Oh, okay, hey brother, I'm gonna win tonight," and no.
Well, there was that thing about with the Nexus.
Yeah.
That big 10-man tag at SummerSlam.
Okay, the build up with John Cena and everything. Yeah. And then John Cena beat Wade Barrett.
Yeah, they eliminated John Cena's entire team.
Yeah.
There was like 4 Nexus members left.
It was
they
4-on-1.
DDT John Cena on this cement. And originally they were everybody like Jericho and Edge. They were just like, "That's a great ending. Don't do anything like that's how it should end. It's a perfect way it'll build the fucking future. It's great, blah blah blah." And John Cena was like, "Nah, I don't like it," and decided, "Oh, I'm gonna take the DDT on the cement, get in the ring, and eliminate 4 fucking people, and win the match, and just bury it." Because what happened to the Nexus after that?
Nothing.
Gone.
Because I remember there was times where Shawn Michaels used to freak out about John Cena not selling moves and stuff like that. But John Cena, kids today, still today, and like let's say 10 years ago, came to wrestling shows, watched wrestling shows on TV because of John Cena.
Yeah.
And like the passing of the torch with The Rock too. It was basically Hulk Hogan to The Rock to John Cena, and then John Cena to who now? He hasn't done it yet, right? If you think.
Who did John
AJ Styles?
He kind of passed it to Roman when they had that match at No Mercy a couple years ago.
Who do you
That
think?
was a good bleed up too between Cena and Roman.
Oh yeah.
And Cena was just burying him on the mic every week.
promo.
It's a promo, son. You got to learn how to do one.
Shut your mouth, John.
Yeah. Oh,
I watch
fuck.
that on YouTube at least once or twice a week, man. Great promo, man.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think will have a last match first? Like, who's gonna have it first, Undertaker or John Cena?
Oh fuck. I think once John Cena retires, that's it. He's done.
Well, he's already
But
said like he
I
kind
think-
of retired too, right?
I think
like,
Taker is gonna come back when he's like fucking 90.
but do you believe anybody that retires in WWE in the end?
Shawn Michaels, I thought he was done for good.
Man.
And
See,
then,
that's another one. That's you could have been on the Mount Rushmore too as well. Chris Jericho as well.
Him and Bret Hart were
Not Big
two
Papa
people I wasn't sure about. I was gonna pick either Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels in place of the Undertaker, but
I definitely think not Shawn Michaels, Jericho should be up there more than Austin. Just saying.
well, Austin revolutionized the business.
First,
He was hot. His gimmick was good at a good time.
Uh,
The way John Cena
Jericho's been
was
consistent for what, 20 years?
Jericho's like fucking
Yeah.
been there.
Yeah.
It's always been a main guy.
Yeah.
Working.
Yeah, I could see that. Like I said, I would honestly, if I would switch, I'd probably switch on me personally. I would switch Austin with Jericho. Yeah, work-wise, yeah, he's a workhorse. Jericho is a workhorse. Oh,
there it is.
God. There it is.
There it is. Get a look at that.
Unbelievable.
There's Kyle the Spoiler Morin and
Even
Hulkamania running wild, brother.
You have to send it to me after because you don't see it that good. But send it to the WhatsApp thing.
I'll send it. I'll send it.
So, what are we on time?
All right. So
Yeah. So,
we were pretty close there.
We were pretty close. We had
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4. My fourth one was John Cena to your Undertaker, and we all had Hulk Hogan, Rock, and Ric Flair.
No, I didn't have Rock. So 2 out of 4.
2 out of 4.
I had Hogan, Austin,
Yes.
Flair, and Taker.
Yes, I already forgot. But guys, if you have your Mount Rushmore and you want to put it down in the comments or message us or whatever you guys want to do, let us know, guys. Interact with us. Don't be shy. I'm back off the boat, so I'll be here for a while, guys. We're going to be doing a lot more content, a lot more shows on in the studio for you guys, all you wrestling animals out there. Look out for good idea, bad idea. Look out for a spoiler alert. Look out for brand new content coming out this month in July, guys.
We got a lot coming in the pipe.
A lot to go, a lot to get through, guys.
And if you like this shirt,
Yeah.
head over to jofo.tv, buy it. Use promo code Kyle Jofo or Frank Jofo
That's it.
on your way out. Save yourself 20%.
That's it.
And while you're on the website, you might as well just subscribe. It's
Subscribe.
$3.99 with that promo code. We do a draw at the end of the month for free shit. If you don't like free shit, then fuck off.
Guys, man, it's all free shit in the end, guys. And in the end, you're supporting us, supporting Jofo Podcast. Guys, it's a circle. The more we're excited to do this, the better content we're going to give you. Yeah. So, in the end, guys, like I said, have a good day, guy. Have a good day. Have a good night, guys.
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Happy Canada Day.
Have a great year. No, guys, thanks for tuning in, guys, for another edition of Jofo in the Ring. This is Kyle Morin. My name is Frank Jofo. Thanks for coming. And remember, wrestling is life.
And that's it.
A Rich Life Production.